So let's talk about it. Today was a difficult day for me a little bit. This morning was hard. I almost wanted to give in and give up and let the voices fucking win today. But that didn't happen. It's never gonna happen. But I needed to come up with a different form of motivation. And I needed to think of something that was different from all the other things that I've done before. And the reason I had to do that is because I really did not want to get out of bed. I really did not. I was ready to sleep in. And there's nothing wrong with sleeping in. Sleeping in is fantastic and it's a lot of fun. And it's really enjoyable. But when you push through things, there's a lot more enjoyable stuff to get out of the other results. So, thing is I had to really come up with something else because all the other different things that I've used in the last while were just not working. So that made me come up with my next solution of how to stay motivated and how to get yourself out of those situations where you really need just a little something. And as I've kind of understood through creating these videos and talking about motivation on a regular basis, is that you have to create motivation yourself. It's not something you can just have, it's not something you can pick up on the kitchen on the way out. You have to create it. You have to build on it, and you have to constantly be part of it, and you have to work on it. And it takes a lot of effort. But I came up with this really cool idea and this really cool way that got me out of bed and got me motivated and got me going to the gym for 5:30 in the morning because that's when it opens up, and I'm determined to be there for when it opens up. So I went through all my other steps. Counted to 5, got out of bed, kind of went back to bed, but didn't because 30 seconds doesn't count. I was working on it. It's a process. And I did all the other things that I usually do. And still, the weight of not doing it was being held against me. But then I thought about something. I thought about just a random person at the gym that I see on a regular basis. I've never talked to that person. I don't know that person whatsoever. But I made it clear to myself that that person needed me to show up at 5:30. That person needed me to be obligated to get there. And again, like I said, I don't know that person at all. I've never spoken to that person. I don't even know the person's name. I know that person shows up at 5:30 every day with me. I know that person's one of the first people in the gym. And I made an external obligation to somebody that I don't even know. But what it did is it put a fire under my ass. And I realized that if I did not go to the gym, I was going to let that person down. And I don't want to let that person down. But I don't know who that person is. So, in my mind, I have an obligation to somebody else because sometimes you will talk yourself out of it. So I gave myself an external vice that allowed me to move forward with what I needed to move forward with, and get myself going for the day. And then again, once I got started with my routine, everything else kind of fell into place. But most of the time, we only need motivation for a moment. We only need motivation to get you through that last little bit, or that first little bit, or just the one thing that you're struggling with, and on the other side of it is full of everything else that you want. It's a difficult process. It's a very, very difficult process to do this every single day, constantly, consistently, regularly, and still try to find a way to make results and get through it and fight every demon you got inside and convince yourself that it's worth it even when you feel like you don't. But building a system to stay motivated helps. It's not the entire package, but it helps. And like I said, I had to come up with this. I had to create it. And I want to be very clear about this, is that it is a creation thing. It is not something that you just get. It's taking me time to build more, to create more, to allow myself to have more. And the more I do it, the better it gets, the easier it gets. The self-talk that I had this morning, the second my eyes opened up, you can't fail. You can't not do this. You need to do this. You are obligated to do this. It's your responsibility. It's your duty to get up. You've allotted this time. You set your alarm for a reason. Everything I could possibly say. And again, sometimes you still need to create more. So today's topic was obviously about creating an external vice, creating an obligation that allows you to feel more responsible to do it. And it's all you really need is something, a little bit of something. Once you kind of get it, like I said, it's on the other side. It goes. It's like a snowball. Push that snowball down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, but you only had to do one little bit of effort. You just had to make that snowball and give it a little push. And then the rest of it works itself out. So on that note, what I'd like to say is stay positive, stay motivated, and together we will be better. Have a great day.